Hey my loves, curious to see how I rock my texture crush clip-ins? Well then stay tuned. So for starters, I started off by separating my hair into two big sections, and then I twisted up the back, and then I have my leave out on the front. And your twist in the back do not need to be perfect at all. Next, I'm using perm rods and my Eden Body Works Citrus Fusion styling mousse to set my leave out. You can use any product you desire. I'm deciding to use this mousse because it dries faster. So once you've taken a section of the hair that you're going to apply the perm rod to, you want to apply your product, then detangle, and you can add your perm rod. I don't really have any specific way to apply your perm rod. Just go with whatever feels best for your hair, what you're used to, and then once your perm rods are all set, then you should be good to go with getting started on dry time. So here it is again. You're going to apply your product, detangle, then apply your perm rod, and continue until your entire head is fully set with the perm rods. And again, once you have all your perm rods in, you're good to go with drying. So now that your hair is fully dried, you're good to go with takedown. You want to carefully remove the perm rods, and then you can proceed with separating each curl carefully so you're not creating any frizz. Alright, so now it's time to apply the clip-ins. I originally had my Texture Crush clip-ins in Curl Crush in 16 inches. However, I did trim it because I wanted to have more of a shorter afro look. I did the same process as far as applying my mousse and then leaving it to dry after I added my perm rods for a tighter curl. And then once I remove the curls, I like to just use a tail comb to separate the curls as well as create a little volume in them before I apply. As far as applying the clip-ins, it's pretty simple. They come with combs. All you'll simply do is snap them open, apply them as you see here to your twist or braids or however you're setting your hair, and then you'll snap them in, and that's all there is to it. So you'll see throughout the video that I am adding the clip-ins in the same process until my entire head is filled. And I did use all of my clip-ins for this process. I will make sure to put all the information for these clip-ins as well as the products that I use in the description box in case you want to check them out for yourselves. So again, you're continuing to add the clip-ins by snapping them open, adding them to your twist or braids, snapping them in place, being careful not to pull on your hair at all, and then you'll continue that until your entire head is filled. So as you can see, I am halfway there. I did all of the back and somewhat of the middle section, and I'm just going to continue until I get to the top. So now that I've reached the top and I'm ready to start separating my actual curls. So what I'm doing here, as you can see, I'm separating them, being careful not to create any frizz. And then once I completely separate all of my curls, then I'm going to add the leftover pieces of the clip-ins that I have in between each, just to give it more of a fuller look in the front as well. So here I am adding the additional clip-ins that I had left over, and I'm just going to put them in place and then put my leave out on top of the clip-in that I just added. So now that everything is blending well, I like to continue by creating some volume by using my Afro pick. Now again, you want to be careful not to create frizz, but you do want a full fro. So I say don't overdo it, but overdo it, if that makes any sense. And you can honestly just go ahead and play around with your curls until you reach your desired look. Depending on how full you want it, how big of an afro you want it to be, just go with what you're pretty much going for. And there you have it, guys, my cute full afro look using texture crush clip-ins. Again, all the information will be in the description box, so check it out. And thanks for tuning in. I love you guys. See you guys again soon. Bye.